As the rains set in, they run for cover. And if it wasn't for a timely delivery from the Red Cross, they wouldn't even have any shelter. These settlers have been evicted from their homes in Kenya's Mau forest. They've been living on protected land, and the government says they have to go to make way for the restoration of the forest. SETHI CHEPKURUI, like so many others, has come to camp on the edge of the forest. She left her farm behind and says she has nowhere to go.
We have decided that we'll die here, me together with my neighbors and my children.
SARBABI and his wife TABSABEI haven't been evicted yet, but they fear they are next. They live in another part of the forest with their 4 sons and their grandchildren. They're OGIEKs, the indigenous people of the forest. They make a living from honey and a little farming.
We are not leaving. This is home. They found us here. The foreigners will go back to where they came from. But what about us? Where do we go? There's nowhere to go.
10 million Kenyans rely in some way on the water from the Mau. When it rains, the forest acts as a sponge, soaking up water. That water is slowly released, feeding rivers and lakes not only in Kenya, but in the whole region. And now they're drying up. 20 years ago, this entire area was forest. But then the timber companies moved in, some of them legally and some of them illegally. Now, logging and human settlements have destroyed 100,000 hectares. That's a quarter of the Mau forest. Conservationists say it's vital people leave, trees are planted, and the area left to regenerate.
Not only will Kenyans suffer, but also people as far as Egypt, Middle East, because rivers from Mau forest goes to Lake Victoria and ends to River Nile all the way up to Egypt. So it's for the government and for the Africa and for the world to say, yes, 5 people settle in the forest and the millions suffer. It's a difficult decision, it's a choice people have to make.
It's an issue that has split Kenya's politicians, and many blame the government for allowing, even inviting people to settle in the forest. Now it's a case of trying to prevent an ecological disaster. It's a delicate balancing act between satisfying the immediate needs of the local people against the longer-term interests of an entire country. I'm BOATENG, Al Jazeera, the Mau Forest, Kenya.